we get there, I'm going to take you through some important operating details and all this philosophy that I spoke of, or the belief that we spoke of, which we're betting big on. Let me try and explain that and some of the key points of that in the presentation going forward. The S6 Edge Plus is everything that the S6 Edge that we recently launched world over stood for, only enlarged in size. It's a bigger and a more powerful device, and let's see how. Let's look at it across four important and key segments that we use and we come to understand our technologies and our devices. I'll take you through the design philosophy, the multimedia capabilities, as well as the battery, and lastly the productivity capabilities of this device. Let's start with the design. When 2 years ago we started first developing and showcasing bendable screen technology or flexible screen technology, we come here today to be able to be the first brand world over to launch the dual edge display when we launched the Galaxy S6 Edge. Today, we carry that design philosophy into the S6 Edge Plus, which is this device. This device is larger. That was a 5.1-inch display device. Today, we get out the 5.7-inch display device in the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. What it consistently carries is the slim, ergonomic, and plush feel that the S6 Edge Plus, S6 Edge itself has been built upon. It is all glass and all metal. We have deployed the best glass technology in the world, Gorilla Glass 4, both on the front screen as well as the rear screen. As you can see and as you may be aware of, it's bent on both sides, the left and the right of the screen. It also deploys an aluminium 7000 technology, which makes it the toughest aluminium grade in use in smartphones. This is aircraft grade aluminium technology that we build or we use to build these devices. So it's all glass, all metal, slim, unibody design, all of 5.9 millimeters of slimness in your hand. What we have achieved over here is a 5.7-inch display size. We are familiar with other brands, including our own models out there in the market. It's larger than anything that operates out there in smartphones today. At 5.7 inches, this not only gives you a larger screen size and screen real estate to play with, yet, and very importantly I must say, the overall area and size of the device that you hold and you experience is small. We've achieved that by successfully reducing the length, the height of the device, as well as the width of the device. And just as a reference, we show you over here, it's slimmer by about 2 millimeters compared to certain competition that we would be already familiar with out there in the market. Another very important dimension to this device, and it's a design dimension to this device, is the user interface that can operate on either side of the edge display. Now this user interface we first introduced with the device sometime early or the end of last year. Today we carry that design and user interface philosophy into the S6 Edge Plus as well. The Edge UX allows consumers to set the 5 most important calling apps on the touch of your thumb, or you can scroll it once to go to the 5 most important applications that we use. So typically, smartphone studies show to us that there would be about 40, 50 or 60 apps an average consumer would have in a smartphone. But it's really the top 5 to 7 apps that get used most frequently every single day. Those are the apps consumers can customize and choose and pick and drop over here to invoke every time, making it really easy. Visualize this. Today we view a lot of video and we go to YouTube, for example. The number of steps we conventionally take in invoking the folder, going into the YouTube app, and thereafter starting the application and going into our videos, all gets cut down to one tap. You get into your favorite apps that directly, that swiftly, that easily. Moving on to the multimedia capability of this device. This device is indeed and truly capable of great immersive viewing, no doubt. Let me, at this stage, do we have the video here? start by showing you a video. Is there a sound? When you experience this device in your hand and you see the resolution and the sharpness, you will realize it is unparalleled. It's super clear, built on not just a large screen capability but a very high resolution, which is a 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display resolution, very high PPI that it lends for. A very important feature that we've got in this device as a first ever is live video broadcast, and I believe this will be particularly interesting to members of the media. What this application does is it allows a user to shoot a video and stream it live and broadcast it live through YouTube. To get people to view it on YouTube, you can specifically send that by email or by a social message or by an SMS. You can invite specific viewers or friends to go and access and stream it live while you shoot a video. So the use cases are plenty, and consider journalism or citizen journalism, if it were tomorrow, how useful and how interesting this feature makes out to be. This is how you could be on travel or you could be at home. You could be overseas and sharing a video and streaming it with not just one person to person, but actually one to many people using this application, using the YouTube pipe to broadcast. Let's move on to an extremely important aspect, which is the power plant, which is the battery of our devices. When we started innovating and creating large screen as a category and introducing a slew of large screen models, along with that came the need for really giving enduring battery performance. So no doubt we work on not just great screens and great designs and great devices, but to power that and to complement that, create large enduring batteries. We have over time innovated, enhanced our battery performance, and not just that, we've also been able to add features in the recent months or quarters, very important features like ultra power saving mode, where in the event that your large battery, if it was to still get drained out and you're out there on the road, you could invoke the ultra power saving mode and get a boost of power for additional number of hours that you would have otherwise not had. Not just that, we've gone forward and introduced fast charging. Fast charging both wired as well as wireless. And let's understand that importantly over here. We recently introduced real and productive and useful charging, wireless charging with the launch of S6 Edge. When we get the S6 Edge Plus over here, it's no more wireless charging at its level of where we started. It is now fast wireless charging. You can go from 0 to 100% battery in 120 minutes, or read that as 2 hours. If you were to use wired charging, it would go from 0 to 100 in 90 minutes or an hour and a half. Now for a battery size and a device which consumes and works on such a power plant, this is really fast and unprecedented speeds of charging not hitherto found in devices, and especially devices at this end of the market with this kind of a performance and spec. Let me move on to the productivity aspect of this device. While there is lots we've added on productivity, but a couple to name and important ones to name here with you all is a feature which is called Side Sync. Now Side Sync, while it existed, has been enhanced now that we launched the S6 Edge Plus. With the Side Sync, you can sync this device to your tablet or your laptop or your PC effortlessly. Of course, you need the Side Sync application in both the host device as well as the recipient device where you're going to be syncing to. Once you sync that, you can mirror the screen and mirror the phone application onto the other device. It could be your tablet, could be your laptop. Sending emails through your keyboard or messages or consuming content on a larger screen through this device, linked to this device, or dragging and dropping files across these two devices becomes a click away. So it just takes the whole Side Sync experience far more richer and faster and more useful for consumers. The other part which is important and aids productivity for consumers is how the engine works. Now in the engine, at the heart of this device is a RAM which is a 4 GB RAM, to be specific in LPDDR4, which is the best in its class. It's a 14 nanometer chip that we use, which makes it the most energy efficient and most compact chip, and indeed the fastest chip over there using a 64-bit processor architecture. When you add all of these things together, we've put together a RAM performance which is unparalleled. In fact, you could probably check and understand for yourselves through various third-party applications which test device performance and chipset performance. There is none other in the world right now that is faster or more efficient than the current chip that we use in the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. Some of the other important specs over here, we have over the years pioneered resolution technology built on our own proprietary Super AMOLED capability. So what this device comes with is a Quad HD Super AMOLED display resolution. And I can assure you, any display juxtaposed with this display, if you were to view the same video or the image, the difference would virtually be chalk and cheese. It's that much more richer and sharper and more brilliant in terms of its color and output. The camera, well, on the rear we have a 16 megapixel shooter, and on the front we have a 5 megapixel shooter with optical image stabilization capability, HDR, high dynamic range, which aids in shooting against a lit backdrop, and indeed f1.9 aperture both on the rear camera as well as the front camera, which aids in low light image and video capture. So I'll add to the question, to the answer that I just gave. Not only has it been better than our previous flagship launches, it met our business expectations. It did really well from our business objective and standpoint. And
device like this here in India, if you can give any sense.
I would like to supplement that question. So is it trying to demonstrate?
So I would not be able to share our guidance on the active series launch. And we will wait for that space and share at a relevant time if there's something to be shared. On the second part of the question, Exynos is a full stack, best-in-class processor which is being used in several of our flagship devices in the past, various series of the Exynos. The Exynos, in all parameters of how the chipset works and supports the device, has proved its worth and its performance in each parameter. And we are really pleased to be able to get back the best processor that is out there once again in the S6 Edge Plus.
When you say that you follow the GFK number, the industry doesn't seem to be following this one set of numbers, one particular go on in different quarters and one and stuff like that. So what is the situation?
There are research reports and there are no research reports. And each of them is right in their own context and perspective that they are built on. In fact, at Samsung, being very close to the market, close to the consumer, we also observe and read the same reports that I think we all see out there. We go by that. Having said that, the reason we, and not just Samsung, but
You mentioned right now, you measure or GFK measures consumer offtakes, which is actual sales. But for most foods, we track in terms of shipments, and that is where the division also comes. Because some of the other agencies measure shipments. And
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying those reports are wrong. We're contesting that data. We're not contesting the data. It's just that there are different research methodologies from different research houses which therefore point out different numbers. Those numbers may be a little off in our perception, but that's not the point here. The point is different agencies or different research methodologies give different outcomes. And we believe all our